At first, nobody thought the moment was real, because the atmosphere inside the stadium still felt electric.
Loud.
Beautiful. Emotional in the best possible way. Fans were screaming. Lights were glowing everywhere. And, for a while, everything looked perfect. But then, something changed. And honestly, the entire energy of the night shifted in seconds. Because during the final emotional moments in Mexico, fans suddenly noticed Jungkook looking different. Not tired, not distracted, but emotional. Deeply emotional. And once cameras captured what happened next, armies around the world completely broke down. Now stay with me carefully, because according to fans who witnessed the moment live, the ending felt far more emotional than anyone expected. At first, most people thought Jungkook was simply overwhelmed by the crowd, which honestly would make complete sense. The energy in Mexico was massive. Thousands of fans singing together. The emotional atmosphere, the lights, the voices, the love. Moments like that can affect anyone deeply. But then, fans noticed something unusual about Jungkook's expression. And suddenly, social media exploded. Because according to viewers online, Jungkook looked like he was trying not to cry. Now here's where things became heartbreaking. Because once clips from the ending started spreading online, people began slowing the videos down, analyzing every expression, every pause, every emotional reaction. And honestly, the more fans watched the clips, the more emotional the moment started to feel. Especially one particular moment viewers now cannot stop replaying online. A moment where Jungkook allegedly looked out into the crowd silently for a few seconds, almost like he was trying to absorb the entire atmosphere emotionally before the night ended. And, according to armies, that single look completely shattered people emotionally. Comments flooded social media almost immediately. He looked like he didn't want the moment to end. I've never seen his eyes look that emotional before. That wasn't ordinary sadness, something felt deeper. And honestly, that emotional reaction from fans spread globally within hours. Because this wasn't just another concert clip anymore. To many viewers, it suddenly felt personal. Now here's the twist nobody expected. The more emotional the moment became online, the quieter Jungkook himself appeared afterward.
No dramático explanation.
No emotional speech trying to clarify what fans noticed. Just silence. And honestly, that silence made the situation feel even heavier emotionally. Because when people already feel emotional watching someone, silence allows the internet to fill in the missing emotions themselves. And that's exactly what happened here. Suddenly, older clips resurfaced again online. Past concerts. Previous emotional moments. Interviews where Jungkook talked about pressure, gratitude, exhaustion, and love for armies.
And now,
fans were watching all of those moments differently, especially after the Mexico ending. Because according to many viewers, something about that night felt unusually raw, almost vulnerable. Now think about this carefully. What causes someone who performs in front of millions constantly to suddenly look overwhelmed emotionally during one particular ending moment? That question alone consumed social media completely. Some fans believe Jungkook was simply moved by the overwhelming love from Mexican armies. Others think the emotional atmosphere may have triggered deeper feelings he had been carrying quietly for a long time. And honestly, that uncertainty is exactly why the moment became so powerful worldwide. Because people emotionally connect most strongly to moments that feel genuine and unfiltered. And according to fans, that's exactly what this felt like. Not scripted emotion, not performance. Just a real human moment unexpectedly unfolding in front of thousands of people. Now here's where things become even more heartbreaking. Because many armies admitted watching the clips made them emotional too. Not just because Jungkook appeared close to tears, but because fans felt how much pressure and emotion he may quietly carry behind the scenes constantly. The expectations, the spotlight, the endless attention, the emotional weight of being loved by millions of people worldwide. Honestly, that kind of pressure would overwhelm almost anyone eventually. And maybe that's why the Mexico ending hit people so deeply emotionally. Because for a brief moment, Fans felt like they saw Jungkook not as an untouchable global superstar, but simply as a human being overwhelmed by emotion. And honestly, that vulnerability made the moment unforgettable.
But now,
The internet cannot stop replaying those final seconds, searching for hidden meaning, trying to understand what Jungkook may have truly been feeling in that moment. Was he simply emotional because of the crowd? Was he exhausted emotionally? Was he overwhelmed by gratitude? Or did something much deeper happen during those final moments nobody fully understands yet?
right now,
Nobody truly knows. But one thing is certain. That ending in Mexico changed the emotional atmosphere online completely. Because sometimes, the quietest emotional moments become the ones people never forget. And honestly, armies may be replaying this moment for a very long time. So now I want to hear from you.
be honest.
What do you think Jungkook was truly feeling during those emotional final moments in Mexico? Because after watching the reactions online, a lot of armies believe this moment carried emotions far deeper than words could explain. Purple Heart. So drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoy emotional BTS moments, hidden meanings, and powerful fan reactions like this, make sure you like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because something tells me this emotional moment is far from forgotten. Broken heart. And maybe that's why this moment affected so many people around the world so deeply. Because for a few brief seconds, the stage no longer felt like just a concert. It felt human,
Raw.
emotional in a way nobody expected. And honestly, that's what made the ending in Mexico unforgettable for so many armies. Not because Jungkook said something dramatic, not because there was some huge shocking announcement, but because emotions sometimes speak louder in silence than words ever could. And fans felt that silence immediately. Now millions of people are replaying those final moments over and over again, watching his expression, his eyes, the way he looked into the crowd before everything ended, trying to understand what he may have truly been feeling inside. And maybe that emotional uncertainty is exactly why the moment continues affecting people so strongly online. Because when emotions feel genuine, people connect to them instantly, especially when it comes from someone who spends so much of his life trying to stay strong in front of the world constantly. Now fans everywhere are talking about how overwhelming the atmosphere in Mexico truly was. The crowd, the love, the emotional energy between Jungkook and armies. And honestly, maybe that connection simply became too powerful to hold back emotionally in that moment. Because sometimes, even global superstars reach moments where emotions become impossible to fully hide. And perhaps that's exactly what fans witnessed that night. Not weakness, not sadness alone, but genuine, overwhelming emotion from someone who deeply understands how much love surrounds him every time he stands on stage. And honestly, that may be why this moment will stay in army history for a very long time. Because long after the concert ended, people are still feeling those emotions together. Purple Heart.